What's going on, you guys? It is Fatal here to tell you today why Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered is definitely worth picking up if you haven't already. Right away, I just want to point out that Raven Software should be commended for their success in making Modern Warfare Remastered feel identical to the 2007 original. From the feel of the weapons to the sound they make, this is the very definition of a remaster done right. We already know that Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare was a classic first-person shooter that changed online multiplayer forever, but how does it hold up 9 years later? Despite some graphical tweaking, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is exactly as I remember it. I still know my way around the multiplayer maps, and I still know nearly every detail of the campaign. I've often said that I think Call of Duty 4 was the best Call of Duty game, and that nothing released since has come close. But I have to admit that revisiting this classic has given me some renewed perspective on just how far the series has come and how far from its roots it has strayed. While the campaign is renowned for being engaging and thrilling, going back to it nearly a decade later makes it impossible for me to ignore the fact that it's definitely beginning to show its age. The campaign still features the classic crew expendable opening, the amazing and critically acclaimed all gillied up sniper mission, the tense and jaw-dropping shock and awe nuclear detonation mission, and the outstanding and frighteningly realistic AC-130 sequence Death from Above. These are all just as good as they used to be, and with the visual overhaul, they've never looked better. What saddened me, and in fact bored me, during my playthrough was the amount of filler and padding surrounding these staple missions. The story is engaging enough, but there are several sequences where you are just shooting hundreds and hundreds of enemies. It often feels like a shooting gallery rather than an epic campaign, and it's worth noting that several Call of Duty campaigns since have showed a stronger vision of storytelling and visual spectacle rather than generic clear 'em out sequences by the bucket load. Now, this could definitely be viewed as a good thing by some, as in it plays out like a more gritty war sim and less like an over-the-top action film, but even that argument is made redundant by the realization that in certain missions, enemies just spawn and spawn to the point of absurdity. You could say the story is slightly more grounded in realism and therefore set pieces and fixed events have no place in the campaign, but it won't prevent you from noticing that the shooting galleries get old fast, and you'll be impatiently puffing out your cheeks as you wait for the next great sequence to start. This is by no means a big criticism of the campaign. It is as it was, and that's exactly what I and thousands of others wanted. It's just interesting to see how much of it's not quite as good as I remember. So we've all had our say about Call of Duty multiplayer. It's too complicated now, it's tacked on, it takes no risks, it takes no skill, it never changes, it needs to go back to the way it used to be, etc, etc. While Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered isn't going to set the online world on fire, it is great to see the classic maps and weapons back for seconds. A lot has changed in the 9 years since we last ran around trying to achieve Gold Cross 55 status, but players are already adjusting to the pace. The fast and furious Call of Duty of current times is absolutely absent. No wall running, no hover jumping, no knee sliding, nothing but boots on the ground and your trusty rifle. I was able to see the difference almost immediately. Players are much more restrained on Modern Warfare, more prone to camping and playing carefully. It's a much more tactical and difficult experience. The 3-piece killstreak system is back in action, and the sense of player equality is well and truly present as a result. 3 kills gets you a UAV, 5 an airstrike, and 7 a very destructible helicopter. It's so nostalgic to see these killstreaks and weapons. The team at Raven have done a great job recreating all the sounds and voices of the original game, and everyone involved in updating the look of the maps should receive a pat on the back as well. It's impossible not to grin when you see the new textures on Overgrown or the higher definition on Vacant. It's also wonderful to see the absence of the end-of-game podium showcasing the leaderboard placement of players. I make no secret of how arcadey and stupid I find that to be. This is the classic multiplayer that I remember playing, and it's going to be fun to watch the new generation experience the game they missed out on. Playing through this game has made me crave a Modern Warfare 2 remaster, though I'm slightly less optimistic that we'll actually get that one. This is the original online Modern Warfare experience, beautifully realized for new audiences, and I hope that other developers wanting to bring back classic games of the past take note of how faithful to the original game this remaster is, while still making it look shiny and new. Now we must address the elephant in the room. At the time of this review, the only way to acquire the Modern Warfare Remastered version is through buying the Legacy or better edition of Infinity Ward's latest Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare. For me, I'm almost certain that this will change in 2017, but for the time being I think this is a big ask of the players desperate to reunite with Gaz, Soap, and Captain Price, who might not be so keen on Call of Duty's new space-traveling persona. I can understand the market strategy behind releasing the games as a package, but I can't for the life of me see how this is going to benefit the life cycle of Modern Warfare Remastered. I guess time will tell. On the whole, you probably aren't missing anything unmissable if you don't decide to pick up Modern Warfare's latest iteration, but if you do decide to splash the cash, what you will find is one of the most faithfully crafted tributes to a classic game that I've ever seen. The jury is out on Infinite Warfare at the moment, but when it comes to the remaster, they got it right.